Camera was blood.
Hey, what's going on?
Well, welcome to our podcast, the Faith and Philosophy podcast. Our first episode is gonna be on what love is. From a person that's I'm EJ. I'm deeply into philosophy and learning new knowledge and history. And this is my friend.
Jonathan?
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name's Jonathan. Well, I don't really have a online presence. I do have a channel, but yeah, I say I'm more so of a Christian perspective. I kind of think about love and trying to explain to people Drew the love of God, trying to explain what love actually is, and obviously getting people to see the truth. Um, you know, about Jesus, about what he's like, and just talking about how he's had an impact on my life, and obviously explaining uh, through a Christian perspective how to explain what love is. So, yeah, that's kind of what I do, and I'm trying to help the world to know about who Jesus is, and just to explain like um, how to be able to figure out like what actually love is through explaining what he did on the cross. So yeah, it's very important.
Yeah, from a conversation earlier though, your view on love was I wouldn't say it wasn't very Christian-like because a lot of people in Christianity have different sexuality and they're still in the church though. But the way you were speaking though, it was very mind opening though. Because a lot of people in Christianity, they're not very open minded to the LGBTQ community. They're not it's always men and a woman. Everything gotta be straight. Nothing can be a curve though with them though. But you say you had thought about being intimate with a guy, not sexually, but with friendship though, at a higher level than just casual friend though. That's what you was talking about, right?
I think a lot of Christian conservatives would even agree and say that you can have these sort of male connections. They don't have to be intimate or sexually involved.
But you
Yeah.
say you would agree with people that are bisexual, gay, and lesbian, right? Would you agree with the lifestyle?
I would say,
Because you also have confliction with them with your own
as
life.
someone that could be a part of that, as, someone that's kind of been through that, I would easily say that there's a lot of confusion and deception going on. I think really, love is such a powerful thing, and we need to talk about what love actually is first before we can talk about
Okay,
should
okay.
we talk should we be like we should be talking about love was before introducing LGBT concept.
Okay. What is love to you though?
Love is like it's a lot, wanting to be committed to someone, wanting to better the other person, wanting to help them, and being patient with them, compassionate, kindful to them, and really just showing up, being there for them too, and just helping them to want to better that other person as well.
Yeah, I feel like that's what love is. Love is just understanding another person in a deep level though. It don't matter what the other person is. Like they don't have to be the opposite sex of you though, because life is so life is so like what am I saying? Life is so like there's so much in life though. For why make so much straight rules though? Why enclosure everything? Like everything could like 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 why is it like in most societies only a man and a female that could be in love though? That's what I'm saying. Like love is so beautiful, so wonderful, so unique though. Why is it always at the most basic level that when people express love they talk about it? There's so much to love than just what people understand about love. That's what I have to say.
Well, yeah, we got to answer the question. Is sex actually love? Is
Uh,
wanting to have sex with them a loving thing?
no, wanting to just have sex with somebody is not love.
Yeah.
Wanting because why would you just want to have sex with somebody? That a lot of people feel lost and not love. that was always my thing though when I was trying to date people. I never just wanted to have sex with them. But the view that female have for not women have for men is that most men wanna just have sex with women and they don't want nothing else though. So that was something that come through in my dating life though. It's like I never just wanna have sex with them though. But I could say on some of a couple of my relationship, I would say I did not just want to have sex with them, but I was very lustful in those relationships. So it come across like that.
Yeah, I think there's misunderstanding. I think a lot of times, like we look at intimacy as always being bad, or sometimes we, see that intimacy is just about love, and it can be. There's a good intimacy, and there's also a really bad part about intimacy, and you have to kind of understand the difference. So wanting just to be, there's nothing wrong with that. Like physical intimacy, there's nothing wrong with that.
Of course.
Spiritual intimacy or emotional intimacy, those are all not bad, but there could be a line that's drawn where it can go over the line. And so you need to kind of set up those boundaries and set up examples of when and where those would be good and where they would be bad.
Yeah, that's true though. So you was talking about how love to you though. So you're talking about how the reason that you did not want to be in a relationship, right? You just want to be intimate with somebody.
Yeah. So I actually used to be someone that used to think like, okay, well, I can't have like an alternative, so I'm just gonna have sex because look, there's just like a lot of times, like a lot of reason why people will resort to sex is just because it's the easier alternative. You don't have to work, so you don't have to work as hard. You don't have to be committed to someone. You don't have to invest time in them. A lot of people will just resort to sex because it's just easier. It gives you more pleasure. But really, it could give you the exact opposite. So a lot of times, like like the Bible says, like a man will leave his mother and father and be reunited to his wife, and the two will become one flesh. So when you actually do that, when you're actually engaging in sex, like you're reuniting, like you're connecting into one being, and you don't even realize it, to the point where you actually quite literally lose a part of yourself when you divorce from that person because you did. You just gave a part of your sustenance, your soul, your substance to that person, and now you're connected to that person. So that's what happens in when you have sex with anyone. Um, I think with a man it's a bit different because it's kind of you don't have that. But I just would say it's like an act of fornication because I wouldn't say that that's really a marriage, but I think that that's kind of become like a subjective topic now where it kind of is like, okay, you can be married or you can have this kind of relationship.
Do
There's
you
nothing wrong with like being close with someone, but like again, like to just have the sex be a part of that, integrated into that, it's just unnecessary, and you don't have to do that. It's just what I'm trying to be honest and say.
so would you agree uh, that you were talking about your addiction though? Do you want to talk about it or no on the first episode?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you would agree that what lead to porn addiction it would be that a lot of people don't understand what love is. You would agree about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all would agree with that. The reason why a lot of young men and some young women are addicted to porn is because they do not understand what love is. And they're trying to understand it. But because due to like earlier when we was talking though, I feel like it's due to the school system though, because a lot of people were not taught though. If you're not taught something, you will fail at it. If you do not understand something, how could you process something you do not understand? That's my whole issue. Because earlier you was like, oh, you didn't think that the school system has something to do with the leading cause to porn addiction, right?
No.
Yeah, but if the school do not teach you while you're young, Why would you not fall in that trap though?
It doesn't look okay. So sex education has nothing to do with pornography addiction. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
Now with
Wait,
having
wait,
sex
wait.
with
Let me say this.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. Sex education. Wait, no, it does have to do because the reason why you went to the porn addiction is because you don't understand sex, you don't understand love, you don't understand intimacy, you don't understand a lot of those stuff. And then why you watch porn, because it's all fake, it's not real though. When you watch it, you believe that it is. You believe that it is real, but it's a force though. It's a force, but it's a force, a fact. Like everything in it is fake, but your brain think it's real. Everything in your mind think it's real. But that's why you get endorphin from it. Endorphin. It's just it make you feel good, right? But after that, what happened? When you feel good, you don't feel good after that no more. You feel ashamed of yourself, right?
Yeah, we have
Yeah,
guilt or
yeah. So that's what
shame.
I'm saying. If the school system had give us better education, so many of us wouldn't be down that path of porn addiction like that.
You know,
Because if the school teach you, the school's supposed to teach you how to live your life, right? How life gonna go up when you grow up, though. Because you
mm,
spend all your day. So what are you learning then?
no, that's therapy work.
Yeah,
Ever heard you?
yeah, I know what you mean, but the school should teach you though. The school teach you math, right?
Okay.
The school teach you how to speak, how to write, teach you math, teach you science, teach you biology. You have gym, physical education, and also sexual education.
Mm.
That's a part of gym, though. Sexual education should be a thing. If you have sexual education, not so many people will fall into teen pregnancy, will get disease from sex, all that. Not so many people in pornography. If you have the education about it, you won't fall to it. You won't fall in it. And plus, yeah, I remember I had sex education. I had it in middle school and I had it only my freshman year in high school, and we barely talked anything about it. It was like only for one semester, not even for yeah. Yeah, well, because in high school, yeah, it's like for semester for report card. So it was only for one semester. We didn't even, I think we lost like a month and a half. It wasn't even that long. We barely learned anything. We asked a couple questions, the teacher told us, and then, yeah, I don't even remember most of it. So that's the thing with me though. If school teach you, because you spend most of your day at school when you're younger, and then when you're older, you spend most of your day not at school. So school should prepare you for life, right? Wouldn't you agree? So it should prepare you for sex though, because the teen pregnancy is down. But last year I was talking to somebody when I was getting tested, blood test. They said that a lot of disease are on the come up for sexual disease. So I'm like, oh, okay, because you always got to keep up with that.
Okay. Let me explain a few things because
Go
you're
ahead.
getting a lot into it, and I want to make my points. First of all, sex education is not a therapy session,
I never said it was, bro.
and let me be honest.
Yeah.
Because sex education has nothing to do with inherent porn addiction. That's not consistent with my experience, and I'm sure it's not consistent with a lot of other people's experiences. Now, the things that they teach you in sex education, what they teach you is to have safe sex. They tell you about the diseases that can come about if you don't have safe sex. They tell you about the genitalia of men and women, and they help you to make these core distinctions. They talk about how sex works, and obviously reproducing a child, how that works.
Yeah, let me ask one more question before you finish. School also taught teach you that smoking is bad, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, from physical, from gym, you learn that, right? That's that
yeah,
class. Yeah, they also, yeah, from gym, they tell you that not that, that drinking is bad. Drunk driving, that's a thing because yeah, you also take driving lesson from gym. They talk you about smoking is bad, drinking is bad, drunk driving lead to drinking could lead to drunk driving. You could get lung cancer from smoking. So why wouldn't it tell you about the negative of pornography though? I'm not saying I'm not saying it wouldn't.
It's very obvious why they don't tell you. It's
Why
because
not?
they don't think it's a bad thing. They don't think there's anything
No,
wrong with
everybody know it.
it. Now
This,
some people are addicted to porn. They don't see anything wrong with it.
yeah, no. What I'm saying is like the school know that pornography is a bad thing though.
They don't.
Yes, it don't. It's just that's why I'm
If
basically
they do,
telling
they
you
don't teach it.
that yeah, the school know that taxes is everything, but they barely teach us anything about taxes though.
Well, keep in mind, from the list that I just said, noticed they don't say anything wrong with having sex with someone. They don't tell you any they don't tell you that there's anything wrong with having sex before marriage. And why do you think they do that?
Yeah,
Because they themselves are advocating for the same sexual practices that everything else in the world is trying to tell you. They're just
wait.
they're all they're doing is saying have safe sex, don't get a disease. But it's so wrong because you could still, you know how condoms work and all that stuff. They don't even tell you that stuff. But like, look at this. They're still advocating for sex, even if they're not implicitly saying to have it. But they're still actively encouraging young people to have sex when they're not even married. So there's going to be problems there. There's going to be a ton of problems and
Yeah,
hurt
yeah,
because it's
but
along with that.
yeah, but that's from your religion view mindset
Okay.
though. I'm not saying it's right though, but in the world though, you must be able to have experience and stuff though. Would you agree with dating before marriage, or how would you go along with that? Like what if you dating? Is it okay to make out while you dating somebody before marriage? Is it okay to make out, just kissing them and stuff like that? That's it.
I think you can have that with platonic relationships with people. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Kissing?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing though. In some aspect, you're very religious. In other mindset, you're very liberal. I guess I said liberal. You're
I just
very
don't see that as
open-minded.
something that's has to be something that's gay. Like that's something that only has to be gay.
Like kissing people
Like I don't
while
think there's anything wrong with that.
like kissing your friend though.
Anyone.
Anyone. That feel very that feel very that feel very hippie of you though, kissing anyone. That's very hippie though.
I mean, in France, like they kiss people. Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll
but
kiss
that's a
people.
different culture. That's why when you were talking about religion though, not everybody is Christian, not everybody are religious.
I think people just have a misunderstanding.
No. Let me say, because not everybody is religious though. So a lot of people have sex before marriage though, just to have sex though, because there's protection for it. If there was no protection in the world and a lot of people was having sex before marriage, then I would be like, yeah, I would view that as negative. But since there's protection in the world for everybody, so I'm like, yeah, there's protection. Why? I need to. My bad, off topic. I need to get my beard done though. It's looking terrible. Do you see that?
Look, my hair was completely.
Your hair
bad.
look fine though, but my beard though is very distracting.
No, my hair is great. I'm sorry, we're getting off topic.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, because you like the what confused me. You like, oh yeah, it's okay to kiss anybody. I'm like, just friend. You like, no, just anybody. That's like very hippie and liberal if you're open minded. But then you like, no, you could only have sex after marriage, which is like it does not contrast.
So
it's,
like
it's very opposite everything you
I
said.
think we just have to understand what love actually is because I think there's a big misunderstanding and I just don't think there's anything wrong with like kissing people because it doesn't have to be about
Oh
lust.
no, I don't think it's wrong.
So
with
my
kissing
my
people.
argument is just kind of understanding the difference between what love and lust actually are to kind of
Yeah, love
so
and
like you have to understand the two in order to be able to like so yeah I won't just say like I'm just gonna kiss whoever I want like no I think that's a very intimate thing I think it's something you just have to like be with the right person or someone you're really close with so like how they do it in France like they would do like really close people like be really close to like family and
yeah,
so on.
no, yeah.
So I think that that's something like you obviously like
Yeah.
you just want to do it anyway.
Wait,
So it's like,
when you say kiss with anyone, do you mean in the cheek or lips?
either or, like whichever one I guess you're comfortable
Yeah,
with.
yeah, no, multiple culture you kiss on the cheeks, some multiple other culture you kiss on the lips between, but it was mostly family though in culture, and it's not stranger though because the
No, you
way
wouldn't like no, like you would close like I would say like you wouldn't just kiss anyone you meet, but like that could be something like where you like if you're like really passionate about that person or you just feel like I don't know like an emotional connection like that kind of builds over time. Like you probably be comfortable enough to do that. So I think that's like actually an expression of love. Like when you do that, like you're showing that person that you love them, that you're like, committed. I don't think that that's inherently less because it's not self-seeking. It actually helps the other person. And I think that there's like, as long as the person's comfortable with it, then there's something wrong.
yeah, because 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 like you're very open minded for this, but sex before marriage is like you're not open minded at all. Like it's two different level. You view kissing other people very openly, but you view having sex with other people before marriage very totally differently. You view in a negative way though. So that's my thing though. You're very
Well,
open minded about one thing, and then the next you very close minded on it. Like we're talking about love though. So I don't like if you're dating somebody, I don't view as negative if you have sexual, if you have sex with them or sexual encounter with them. I don't view it negative though, because if you're gonna be, because a lot of people date for a long time, and a lot of people have urges, men and women. No matter what people tell you, we both have urges. We both want to do something with somebody if we are in a committed relationship with them. Like it's okay to wait though, but I'm not saying you gotta wait until marriage though. Because sometimes you could date somebody for years and not marry them yet because you're trying to be compatible with them or you're in the marriage process with them. Because you cannot just, I guess you could marry out of the blue, but most people want to do something big when they're gonna marry. They don't want to do something small.
yeah, I think there's something wrong with that because I think, well, what is marriage? Like marriage is just that.
It's just a piece of paper at the end of the day.
Well,
That's
no,
right.
it's that sign that you want to be committed to that person. That's what marriage is when you actually are confessing to everyone that you want to be with this person, that you're going to dedicate your life to this person, and that you're going to be fully engaged in the well-being and caring for that individual. So yeah, there's obviously an importance to it. Marriage is not really a sign piece of paper. That's not really what marriage has to be, and it's obviously not like I think it's just a
Uh,
topic to working out now.
yeah, I'm just looking at
No,
my
no.
arm. My arm looked very skinny though back then when I
I mean,
flex.
I'm skinny, bro.
I'm like, yeah, I gotta work my. I gotta hit the gym after that. So a lot of culture do marriage though. There's a lot of marriage though. There's vows. There's just like, okay, we all married. You just say, okay, you've been with somebody, you married. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah,
so
like
what make the marriage so special though? That's what I'm trying to get because you don't want them to have sex before the marriage though. But at the end of the day, most people marry before the law, before the state though. It's not, and a lot of people marry in church. So it's before the law, the state, and the church though. Those three things. But there's a lot of different religion. Like yeah, in every culture there's marriage though. Even some animals have marriage rituals. You should look
okay.
it up though. Some animal they only stay with one partner. They don't move on. Like animal, they stay with one partner for the
Yeah,
whole
like
lifestyles.
cats, like the cats will typically do that too.
Yeah, so some dogs really do that. Some dogs do that. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying though. Uh, like like there's like marriage in every cultures and even in animal cultures. So what would make a that having sex before marriage such a, because it's not only in Christianity. So what would make having sex before marriage so terrible?
Well, I think marriage is just that kind of like it's again that commitment, that sign that you want to be that person, and obviously, um, wanting to better that person, obviously, because marriage is like you are investing that time to want to be with that person to spend the rest of your life with. So, yeah, I think that the Christian philosophy or Christian faith is just kind of advocating that you just not to sleep around with multiple people because when you do that, you're actually just going to make those people's lives worse
Yeah,
off,
yeah, yeah. I think that's
and
the
that's not good when you do that. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what that's advocating
Oh
for.
yeah, we're in the same point about not sleeping with multiple people though. So my only thing is what if you are together with the person though? Because if you split, I don't like people that do one night stand though.
No.
People that just invite somebody to their place and then they just there's no connection though. Like I'm always trying to have a connection with somebody. That like everybody I talk to, I want a connection though. I don't want to just. That's why I'm like, yeah. Every time I date somebody or talk to somebody, I'm always looking long term, not short term. So, so on this we agree though. What if you were together with that person? You've been together with them for like, let's say 3 months. What would you think? Is it okay to have sex with them if you've been together? What's like the shortest what's like the range like being with somebody that you can have sex with them before marriage? That you're planning to marry them in the future? Like what's like the shortest?
So I think there's actually people that could marry at first sight. Like some people that just see the person and they're like instantly attracted. There's been like witnesses of, I think there's been like cases of that even in the Bible where some people have like
Yeah,
married someone that they just saw on their
yeah, some people
first
marry.
sight and they
Yeah,
just
some
married.
people marry very fast. Some people marry in a week, in a month, in 6 months, in a year. Some people marry really fast though.
But there's people that'll divorce them after doing that, and then what's going to happen to the woman? She has to find a new partner, or she just has to be celibate the rest of her life, and then
Yeah, yeah,
what? And then she's worse off because she now has to find another partner when she already has sex, and not she's not going to find many people in the first place. You know, maybe she'll find one other person, two other people that are interested, but typically no one's going to want to be with a woman that's slept with someone before because that's just inherently we all know it's wrong, and we're just
um,
not really into
I
that.
think we disagree on that viewpoint because I have been with somebody before. So if I'm talking to somebody and they've been with another person before, why I wouldn't view that negative though, because that already happened though. Because a lot of people date more than once though. Like you have more than one friend though.
Well,
So would you not want a friendship with somebody because they have other friends? They have okay, not friend, let's say best friend. I know the analogy is kind of weak though. It's not like all the way there, but I feel like it could be comparable. Would you not want to be best friend with somebody because they had another best friend before you?
um,
Would you not want to spend time with
let me
some?
say it like this because right now I'm in that position of looking for like a I guess a best friend right now, and I'm looking towards doing that and just kind of seeing my options, but waiting until the right time. Like when you do that, it's yes, you do assume that they're going to be with someone, or they'll probably be already will have someone else. So,
Yeah, so that kind of doesn't make sense that you don't want them to be
so
with other
like
people.
let me just say this because I have no choice but to say this.
Doesn't
If there are other uh, comorbid factors, I think I'm right. If there are other ex, external variables, we'll say, to where that person is either with someone or they're having other friendships, whatever the case may be, but they are also willing to invest time to willingly put up with that, to having to putting in investing into a friendship like that, then yeah, I don't see that there's anything wrong with that. In fact, I think that that's would be better because look, I at least can see the heart of that person and know that that person is still going to be committed.
wait, can you say that again?
So yeah, pretty much. If there are other external factors, like there's if if there are other comorbid variables, if there's other I don't know the right word, but anyway, if there's other factors going into it, extremities, whatever the case may be, where that person is either with someone or that person, maybe is with other friends. And yeah, I would have to see the fruit of that, and I would have to know whether or not that person is committed enough to want to invest time into being with me. Because if I can at least see that that person has some sort of asset and interest with being with me, then yeah, there wouldn't be anything wrong with that. I just think that in general, like look, I'm not because we're talking right now. Like, I'm not expecting you to have no life whatsoever and only have me. That's not realistic. I'm not even consistent with that, so that's not really um, relatable. Now, I wouldn't say I have many close friends, but what I will say is I have other businesses to attend to. I mean, I just, like I said, I like my alone time. I have work, so there's other factors to my life just besides of being here.
What?
I think it's
Wait,
the
wait, wait,
management.
wait.
It's the willing to manage your time for me. Wanting to manage for that friendship. That's what's important.
Okay, okay, okay. What I wanted to, yeah, we kind of went over the thing. So what I wanted to know was, why would some if you were a woman, why would them having been with somebody before you be a problem? What would be the issue with that?
If it's a woman, like, look, I'm not trying to sit there and say you can't have sex with a woman that's already had sex before. But what I'm going to say is limit it to one, because when you start look, when you start going on and having sex with multiple people, that's when you start to feel like broken. That's when you start to lose parts of yourself you can't get back. So what I'm advocating for is, if you're going to have sex with someone, make sure you're wanting to commit to that person.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, you're just putting yourself out there and wasting your potential in life.
Yeah, we both
So
agree
that's
on that
not
though. Yeah, we both agree on
but
that.
as long as you're going to marry that person and just not have sex and leave. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I always when I date somebody, I always date to stay. I never date to like be out. Like I'm always with one person. If it didn't work out, so okay, it didn't work out. I feel like it's okay to meet people because there's like is it 8 billion? I think it's 8 billion people in the world, right? Is it
So,
8 or 9?
don't know.
I guess we could Google that. Okay, let's say it's about to be 9 billion people in the world though. So why would you be like, oh, the only person that I'm only with okay, 8 billion. So it's almost 9 billion. It's gonna be 9 billion.
Ariel, 8.2 billion.
Yeah. So it's growing up though. See? By 2000 there was like 6 billion. By 2010 there was 6 billion. Look, by 2000 it was.
Yeah, it's literally increasing. Like,
Yeah, it's rapidly because more people are having children, more people are having better
but
health
see, but
care.
notice where the populations of people are. It's like really in third world countries.
There's like 1 billion people in China. China's not a third world country.
Right, but look at the other ones that are besides it. You have
Let's look. There's like 1 billion people
in China.
in China. China's not a third world. There's like 1 billion
I think
people.
India's past China by a
Yeah,
little.
but India's not a is not a. We could look at the list right now. See, it's India
Look at
number.
that.
Yeah, but it's not a third world country though. It's one of the richest country. They got the top 10 economy in the world though. See, look at who's third. America. That's not a third world
So
country.
India's actually wait. So India's actually like
First
dead.
place. Yeah, they're having a lot of children though. Look, Indonesia. I'm not. I'm pretty. Yeah, there's like a lot of industry in Indonesia. I guess we could look at the after this. I guess we could look at the. I wish we could
No, I
share.
guess
I wish we could share this with the live stream, but I guess in the future we'll learn how to do this. Yeah, Indonesia not poor. Pakistan is not poor. Nigeria is not poor. It's like the richest country in Africa. Brazil's not. They have a. We could say India, China, America. I don't know about Indonesia, and I could say Pakistan, Nigeria, Brazil. those 6 country have a lot of have a lot of poverty in them. America, the poverty in America, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like for every country, I don't. Most country have a strong poverty line. Yeah, as you look, most of the country,
So India doesn't have a strong.
it does have a strong poverty line,
There you go.
but
Yeah.
it's not a poor country though.
There you go.
So is America though. They have a strong poverty, but it's like the richest country.
China, forget about it. That has a really big, really large poverty line.
I don't know about
Like
that.
majority of the people that are working are poor.
I remember.
That's a fact.
I remember I learned something. They said the stuff was much cheap. It was more cheaper, and a lot of people they could find out.
No, what you see, you know how much people are paid, like
Yeah,
in factories.
but
Like
this, but
the
they,
wages in factories is
were-
dirt cheap.
yeah, but what they
They're
say,
underpaid every day.
yeah, but what they say is that their lifestyle, their house built all down. Finding a house in China is down though. That's what they say. So you understand me?
So they're not being housed, right?
No, they got apartment. The apartment is not as expensive as here in America, because you got to learn about China though. We could look up China. Let's Google it. We could look at China poverty line.
So you would say that they're not poor.
I wouldn't say they're rich though, but they have the necessity, the essential. They have
Well-
all the essential.
Well, also, if you look at the apartments that are in China, like they're half the size of the apartments that you have here.
That's what they said though. But you gotta do your research though. Chinese people.
Well, I've seen some of them. I've seen some of the apartments.
yeah.
I'm like,
So some apartment in America is very small though, so you cannot be like, oh, you see one person in one fact. That's why you gotta open your mind, open your horizon though, because I don't like when people think like because they live in this place. It's also propaganda. You know what propaganda is, right?
yeah.
Propaganda is when you lie to people, you make people believe the false. Though I'm not saying they don't have a small apartment, but every place is have a small apartment. So I cannot be like they all have it though. Once you start thinking they all have it, you're starting to think in a negative lifestyle.
Well, the question is why are so much products made from China?
That's
Because
really,
it's cheaper, right?
yeah, it's cheaper though. But why are rich country going there though? Why are rich company using China product though?
Because it's cheaper.
To
Because we
also
have
want
trade business with them.
no, what's the third one? It's cheaper to have better trade with China. What's the third one? Why would you, a rich company, not stay in America where you being taxes, your taxes is higher and you have to pay higher, but go to China where it's lower?
They have a lower tax rate.
Yeah, they do.
I didn't know that.
Why would you go to a place where if the labor is cheaper, the tax rate you have to pay, the interest would be cheaper than it is in America? I'm not speaking 100%.
Well, all I know from what I've heard is that the minimum wage in China is dirt cheap compared to here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but I remember when TikTok was getting banned, they also talk about how life in China was way more easier and more simple because they don't get paid a lot of money, but the money they get paid is better than the money you get paid in the United States because you could live off of it. Because I remember me and my
Yeah.
let me see.
Sorry, let's do the conversation. I didn't know how it was. Well, I did say I was going to call you before I left. That's what I said. Correct, and I assumed you wrong, so I apologize for that. Well, I said I didn't know about it. Correct, I said around 5:30, and I was after 5. Yeah, well, so
I'm just flexing for the moment or before he comes. I hope you don't have to live pretty soon. How long you
It's
got
getting
left?
late.
Yeah,
That's pretty
no.
much what's happening.
Yeah, I gotta head to the gym after this.
Yeah, maybe a half hour or so together, but you got to get going soon.
Okay, let's finish this episode though. I quite like it. We started at what is love, and now we're talking about.
We really should have a part two, I think, of what is love, because I don't think we answered the question.
Oh yeah, we could continue multiple episodes talking about love though. Yeah. We were talking about. Yeah, it's like I remember during the TikTok ban back in. I remember during the TikTok ban back in like January 19. I remember when everybody was like freaking out. So they were trying to move to a Chinese app during the ban. So when they moved to the Chinese app, which was called Red Note, they was learning about Chinese culture because a lot of people we are global, but at the same time we are unaware about other people culture. So a lot of people what they was learning was that China, a lot of people that live for minimum wage in China, they're living though, unlike in the United States. I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them are able to live off what they make. Because I remember, because me and my sister, we work at Amazon, right?
Yeah.
And even that Amazon pay better than a lot of places. We barely can afford a lot of renting area because it's so expensive to rent. I guess it's because we're next to New York City, but it's so expensive to rent here. It's super expensive, and it's like we both work a good job though. The pay is amazing. Like I don't like. I wouldn't say it's not a good job. We work a lot. It's really a lot to do, and it's very dry and dull. But what I would say is that the pay is good though, but you got all the bills though. By the time all those bills are through, you barely have anything to save though. It's pretty hard to save. And I remember when they was talking about, it's like, yeah, Chinese people, they might be living for the minimum wage might be lower, but where they're living, I guess it's got to go based on the area they're living. The minimum wage work for it. Plus, where the factories are, where they're working at, the around building where they could buy, it's the price work for them because working in America, like working at Amazon, you almost feel like you have to take a second job just to pay the bill. That's how expensive it is over here. Yeah, I've been thinking about getting more than one job while I'm going to school. I've been thinking doing delivery, selling stuff online. I've been thinking about doing a lot of things. That's how that's how expensive it is. It's not cheap at all.
All right.
Are you about to head out?
No, I mean, we're got like a half hour, so I don't know if you wanted to stay a little longer.
Do you want to continue the podcast or not?
we can. I mean, I just don't want to be. We can get to the hour mark. I guess that'd be good. If you're already, if you, have, I mean, if there's anything to talk about, because again,
I thought we oh okay, my bad. We gotta be more professional. So what we were talking about women having multiple body count though. A lot of people talk about that, but women being with people before you though. Like I agree with that. People, if you're talking to somebody, I don't mind if they have been with people before me though. But if they have been with a lot of people before me, that's when I have an issue. If they like we all in our 20s, we young. So if they have been with two or three people before me, it's like yeah, we all dated though. It's okay. But if they are known for being with a lot of people, always dating, that's when I have an issue with it.
yeah, I would say to that that you could have that like intimate partner, but like I'll use this analogy
When you
like
say intimate, are you talking about dating or just friendship and being intimate with them?
so intimate because I don't think there's anything wrong with like intimacy
Yeah,
with a same sex person. I think it's just like that's kind of like
yeah. I don't think there's nothing wrong
I
with
think that
it.
there's like a distinction between like intimacy with sex and like intimacy with just with like
Friendship. Yeah,
fellowship.
yeah, yeah. I don't think there's nothing wrong with being with the same sex partner. I just gotta say it live. I don't think that there's like nothing wrong with it. But every time you say intimate, I think like it's an intimate relationship though. Every time you because when you're intimate with somebody, you're really close with them. You
Okay, so
really
having
into
like close partners, like having close friendships, having
yeah.
close people. So if that's a word that's not comfortable for you to say, then yeah,
No, no, no,
then
no.
that closeness with
Maybe it's
someone.
just where I'm at in life though. When I think about intimate, I think about intimacy. When you say intimate, I think about being with somebody, dating somebody, or being in the talking stage with somebody. That's whenever you say that, because where I'm at in my life, that's what come to my mind.
So yeah, you have like people that are bisexual. If you have people that like are straight, but they find like men attractive, and there could be some reason for that. And I think that there's some part of them that's like that wants to be with a man, maybe not sexually, but like having that closeness with them. Like I think that there's
Yeah,
those so that kind of desire, and I don't think
yeah.
there's
A lot
anything
of
wrong
people
with
have
that.
close relationship with the same sex and or in relationship. Yeah, I get that. Um, I almost forgot what was I about to say. I forgot. Yeah, 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 I forgot.
So like back to what we were talking about, like so if like on this level, like say like you're friends with someone and you really like them, or you really want to like have a friendship or like to be close with them, but then like they're not answering the phone or they're not answering your texts, and that's like kind of on the same level as like what you were talking about before, like people going out like cheating, like being with multiple partners, like it
I'm
doesn't.
talking about
So like
relationship though, but you're
so
talking
like that
about
would be like kind of the same thing. Like what I would try to get at is like
so
people
that
that's not showing you like attention, that's not showing you love, that's not being there for you, and that
so
would be kind of on the same level.
so you said that would equal like if you're dating somebody and then they're going out and cheating on you to a person you have a close friendship with that doesn't reply to your text or call you back. Is that what you're saying? You're saying they'll be
Yeah,
equivalent.
because well they would be like it's an analogy. So like I guess it would be equal in that sense because it's like they're not show they're like with other people and they're not giving you the time that you need. So that would be like on the same thing that I would say is that
Yeah.
that's very close to that analogy of having that person that you wanted to be with and not giving you that love that you're looking for, and instead they're kind of showing it they're out with other people, and they're not actually giving you the love that you're looking for. So that'd be like a sense of like cheating, but like also that would not be showing you like they would not be showing you love in that case. In that
Yeah, I think
case,
we gotta go more in depth with this next episode.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A little bit understand what you're trying to say though, but I feel like since we're getting to the end, we should go more in depth next episode. So what I wanted to say is about yeah, you said like not being able to talk to them or hang out with them. So I had this conversation with one of my friends from high school we used to hang all the time when we just graduated. But at the moment, we don't hang that much. So we just see each other while we go buy something. And sometimes we talk, we hang, and stuff like that. So my thing is, when you grow up, though, it's kind of hard to stay close with friendship. Stay to have close friendship with people that used to be good friend with them when he was in high school, because you used to see them every day. That was like the exact conversation I was having with him. It's like you see them every day, right? So of course you would have a close friendship with them and everything. But once you get older, we all gotta work. We have to live a lifestyle. Though. Like the best way to have a close knit friendship with people when you get older is if you guys do stuff together. You guys go to the movies, go hang together, go fishing, do a lot of activities together, or go to the gym together. That would be a good reason. Even when it comes to dating, though, when you're dating somebody or talking to somebody, you guys gotta be able to do stuff together almost every day. You understand me?
Yeah.
Like for me at the moment, the reason I've been going to the gym it was because the person I'm talking to. We go to the gym almost every day, and they're trying to learn how to swim. So I'm going to the swimming pool though. Because when you get older, that's the thing with friendship and everything. You gotta be able to do stuff together. Because not you, we in college though, so I don't have a lot of class with the person I'm talking to. You understand what I mean? Right?
Yeah.
You might not see them as often as you usually see them, so you gotta have plan with them.
And there's nothing wrong with like, see, this is, and I think this is another thing too, is like men, like, I don't want to say, only say men, but like, I think mostly men, but also women too, like, I think it's like in our society, it's like no, you can't be better people. You can't be with having better connections. Like it has to be about you, and it has to be how can you better yourself? How could you become the best version of yourself? And I would say like yeah, there's a bit of financial freedom that you do need, but like there's also like other avenues or other areas where you can actually have other people being in your life and having to do something. So like being a part of a group that's like contributing towards something good,
Yeah, like we
and
was,
like there's avenues or careers paths that you can choose that involve having good fellowship with other people too.
yeah, like we was talking last time. Uh, like when you grow up, you lose the connection.
Yeah, sorry, I was a bit late, but I'm still trying to wrap it up. I know. I'm about to head out like very soon. Professor is closing up now.
I think this will be the end for the podcast. We'll talk to you, anybody that's watching, tomorrow.